She says, what happened?
We're back.
What happened? We're off grid. I don't know what happened. Sometimes we use this hotspot, and sometimes this hotspot just leaves me hanging. So it kicks us off the network, and I got to go over and reset it. And it looks like it's just us three. So hurry up, ask a question if you have anything you want to know from us.
We're back.
All right,
here we go. Here comes
yeah.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness. Now we're gonna have to wait. Now, what were you gonna tell them? Some big secret. What was it?
The story about you and the furniture.
Oh.
We have to wait a couple times.
All right, we gotta wait for everybody to get back on.
Oh, here, everyone's coming back.
Everyone's coming. Here they come. You know, the struggle is real, guys. We're off grid, no public utilities. You know, we do pretty good for having internet. Some reason this hotspot that I use, sometimes it just kicks me off and everything, and I can't stand it.
I guess it gets in a bad mood once in a while.
Oh, don't we all? So that's what's going on. But right now, I feel like we're pretty good with the bars, pretty good with the sound. How are we doing? Can you hear us? Can you see us? Can you hear us? Let us know, and then we'll move on from there. Man, that was crazy.
Luckily, it was at the beginning and not in the middle when we were saying anything exciting.
Oh, yeah, you guys missed the secrets. Secrets are over. Did you like them? Did you like the secrets? You guys implement those secrets, and you're going to have the biggest garden in 2021 that you ever had before. All right, man, thanks a lot for stopping by the homestead, and we appreciate you guys all the time. Anything else you want to add?
I'm happy you're here.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, everyone says everything's good.
I got the cookbook today. If you guys ordered a cookbook and you have not received it, it's because your address got messed up. We used a system, Square, and Square's no good for mailing out cookbooks. It's great for the restaurants. They said it was good, but it's not. If you put in St. Louis and you put in ST period LOUIS, like 99.9% of people who live in St. Louis, it kicks out your address because you didn't put SAINT Louis. So I have all these orders. I'm almost done, but I have a lot of orders. Some people are messing up their zip code. Some people are putting old addresses. I mean, I guess you guys just go in there and you start entering addresses, and maybe something takes over, like autofill, or your mind wanders. But whatever it is, there's a lot of bad addresses. So if you guys haven't got your cookbook, email me, put your correct address on there. Don't abbreviate anything. Spell everything out. Be totally clear, like you're talking to a 1-year-old.
Yeah.
And then send it to me, and in the subject line put, please check my address, and I'll go through those. If you sent one the last time I asked and you received your cookbook, please send one and say, I did receive my cookbook. Because I've also been checking you guys. Oh, I didn't get my cookbook. And then I go to look, and it's like a day or two after you sent me that email, you got your cookbook, but you never followed up. So you're killing my time there. And I'm trying to get everybody's cookbook out by the end of this week. If you ordered your chocolate tea's coming back in stock. Everything's at offgridwithdougandstacy.com. So one of our moderators might drop that on there for us. Actually, I might do that too. I'm a moderator.
You are.
And then you guys go by and check out our website if you guys haven't. We finished it finally. Has some cool blogs on there. One's about building this cabin that I did from scratch, 90 days. And then the other one is an article that Stacy wrote about.
What did I write it about? Oh, it's about like home cooking. Cooking.
Yeah.
And I did a 30-day challenge. How many of you guys are doing it? 30-day challenge about cooking at home and see what happens.
Yeah, you should be checking up on people.
Yeah, I want to know, how's everyone doing? Who's doing it? Because there was a lot of people on there that said that they were going to do it. So I'd like to hear.
Yeah, give us some info on that.
All righty, let's see what's going on here.
Awkward silence.
Yeah.
That's because I'm doing this.
So Tina wants to know, why do my sweet potato slips keep rotting? Well,
couple reasons.
Well, they're okay.
I can think of two right off my head.
What's yours?
One would be the potatoes that you have the growth inhibitor on them, or something's not taken with them. So
they could be old. They could be old.
Now you asked for mine.
Okay, go ahead.
So you're putting them in the water. It's not taking off fast enough. The water is sitting around, and then it's causing the potato to take on too much water, causing it to rot. And then the second reason maybe is that you're not changing your water often enough. And what do you think?
Well, it could be. I know a lot of people, they get icky, they get mushy, or they get moldy. It could be that they're just old. I know with potatoes that I've had that I've grown year after year that I've kept, and they look good. Problems with them. So try again. That's why I always, when I do my sweet potatoes, I do a lot extra, because some of them may not grow or they might get mushy. You never know. So just keep trying. You'll get them.
Yeah, we usually start off, we have 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, make sure if you guys want to see an update on the sweet potatoes, it's going to be in the video tomorrow. And as I explain in the video tomorrow, we can't just do an update on the sweet potato video. So it's going to be like in the video. So if you guys miss a video because you're too busy, or, you don't like what we're talking about, you're going to miss something inside that video, because sometimes in our videos, we do a bunch of different stuff and then we get to what we're talking about, just because our homesteading life has so much going on. So we're trying to show you everything.
We do a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, Brandy, no, it's not too late to order a cookbook. You can order it anytime.
Yes, cookbooks and chocolate tea are available at offgridwithdougandstacy.com. And if you got one of the previous orders on the cookbooks, we're busting hump trying to get all those out, and we should have them all mailed out by the end of the week or a couple days into next week, because we're really running into some address problems. So you guys the computer system that we use didn't like the addresses, in case you just showed up. It's kicking out a bunch of them. I'm even calling folks. If you got a phone call from Off with Doug and Stacy, leave a comment in the comment section and say, Doug called me and asked about the cookbook, and just so you can verify that I'm actually doing it. All right. So real quick, you guys want to ask some questions about gardening? I'm going to monitor these questions here and ask Stacy for them, for you guys, to her for them. And then, so you guys get going on that. And then we're going to talk about a couple of her favorite gardening secrets. Okay.
And then Country Homestead Preacher wants to know, does the cookbook have fermenting recipes? Yes, it does.
Barely, but we are coming out with a fermenting book. She's working on it right now. So when you guys start getting your produce ready pretty soon here, you'll be able to reference that book. It'll be in your hands. And you know what? It warmed up to 60 degrees today, and I'll be doggone if there's a fly in here.
They all want to come in.
I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them.
It drives you crazy at night, if you have your head or something.
Yeah, they dive bomb you.
Hit you in the forehead. Okay.
All right, here we go. Dutch Baby is awesome. It is. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, the fermenting book's going to be really nice.
Boston Rock says, I am cooking at home.
Yes.
So for some of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about.
She sent you a picture.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes. So if you don't know what we're talking about, we are going to try to do a 30-day challenge to cook from scratch at home for 30 days. Don't eat out. Don't eat from a box. Just try to cook all your meals at home for 30 days and see how you feel.
That's right. And drink lots of water.
Yes.
I got my cookbook. It's so beautiful. Thank you. Hey, and here's the other thing, y'all. As you get your cookbooks and you make a recipe, if you take a picture and you email it to us, or you leave a little thing about the recipe after you made it, did you like it? Hold on. Or that kind of thing, because we're going to take some of those blurbs and we're going to put them on the website. So as you guys are receiving your books, if you share how you like the cookbook, or if you think it sucks, we'll put that on there too. Just leave us the email, and then we're going to take some of these and put them on the website, just as what people are saying and what people are talking about. As you take pictures on social media, if you guys want to tag Cooking with a Smile, hashtag Cooking with a Smile, and then hold up Stacy's cookbook by whatever it is you're making, that'll be great. We're following that on Instagram as well. And if somebody watching wants to start a hashtag, Stacy's Cooking with a Smile, that would be cool. And then we'll follow that one as well. And then you guys can all add your pictures to that as well. And we might even pick one lucky winner and do something real special.
We could do that.
Yeah, because I'm crazy like that.
You are.
You guys know I do. We might just show up at your house. Tell them, Debbie.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready? I'm going to read the comments and then you're going to answer them, right? Here we go. You ready for the first one? Why do you think your husband's so awesome? I don't know who asked that.
Is it Doug?
No, A. Sparks.
No, someone really asked that question.
Yeah.
He's awesome because he's like a jack of all trades. He can just almost do anything, can't you?
I do a little bit of
everything. You know what?
I'm just enough to be dangerous.
Well, when we first got married, you couldn't do everything. He's gotten really good over the years. And honestly, I would have never, because my dad used to be able to do everything. And it's kind of neat to see how he's like turned into like this man. Not my dad, but he's really done so much. I'm so proud of him because he, like when we first got married, half the stuff that he does now, he would have never done.
But it was different though, right? I was a different kind of provider.
He was a different person, right?
A different provider though. Instead of me actually physically doing it or having the knowledge to do it, I would throw money at it. So it would still get done, but there wasn't that sense of satisfaction. There wasn't that, myself as, man, providing.
Well, you don't have as much pride in your work.
I just have, it's totally different. I don't even know if I could explain it to you guys, but I'm writing a book and stay tuned. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, don't you even, Ty. Golly, I get so abused around here. I tell you.
What did Ty say?
What part of Mom's cabin will be connected to the grid and what parts? All right, so if you guys are following along, we're moving Mom out of Ferguson, Missouri, and we're bringing her up to the country to live with us. And we're building her a log home on our property here. And, she's got this thing where she's like torn. Like 1 minute she's like, I want to hook onto the grid. And then the next minute she's like, well, maybe I want to do solar. So that's why I haven't, like some people are asking why I haven't put in a power pole and just run my power off of that for the build. And that's one of the reasons why I don't want to run that thing and then we go solar or anything else. So just like everything else around here, we're going to probably wait till the last minute and then make a decision. And then that'll probably be a good decision. So we don't want to make a hasty decision. And she, like I said, kind of flip-flopping back and forth, back and forth. Okay, they have a few videos on that.
And Jennifer wants to know, when did the 30-day challenge start? You know what? It'll start whenever you start it.
It started today.
That's right. Yeah, let's all do it.
My elderberries already have lots of leaves and roots. I'm so afraid that they're going to get too big. No, just leave them in there until the ground warms up.
Well, no. So are you talking about your sweet? So the sweet potatoes, when the slips. What?
Elderberry.
Oh, I put in the water already. Okay, so what you can do is, the elderberries do much better.
They won't get too big.
Don't put them, but in the water, I like to put them in, you can put them in a Ziploc bag with paper towels or even like peat moss, moist. Keep them in a very cool place. Or you could also put them, you can stick them in a pot with dirt too. Because sometimes if you have the water, it could get icky. So you could do it that way. Put it in a little bag or put it in a pot like that and just kind of keep it moist like that.
But you have to wait for the ground to warm up. Okay, so that's the trick on that.
Before you plant them.
Yeah, so and then you'll just go right out and boom, stick them right in the ground just like that, the pointy end down. All right. How deep should a raised bed be for sweet potatoes? At least 2. We've done them in 4, 6, 12. We've done them in 12 inches deep, which, they were okay.
Well, yeah, I'm just going to say, just for the average person, yeah. When you are planting, like in a raised bed, the smaller raised beds, the thing is you need like loose soil. So you want the potatoes to grow, because if you've compacted soil, the potatoes aren't going to be able to push their way out to get bigger. So a lot of people, you may go ahead and kind of hoe it up and, get it loose. But a lot of us don't get deep enough in those beds. With the deeper raised beds like that, how many is the, we have the 6, it's like 18, 20, 18 inches.
Yeah.
So our taller raised beds, I did 3 taller raised beds that were at least 18 inches high or so. Those have worked out wonderfully for me. Wonderfully. I love those. I had the best sweet potato crop, I guess, when we put them in the larger beds. It works out well. So for me, I do like them when they're a little bit deeper, because generally I guess I'm kind of lazy. Get it and hoe it up deep enough. And then a lot of times my potatoes are good, in the first part of the soil, but then as it gets deeper, closer to the ground, they don't grow as big. So I like them a little taller.
How do I keep ants out of raised beds. What kind of ants?
Well, usually a lot of times you get, like you'll get a bunch of ants all
Sure,
around and
I
they'll
get
start
it.
getting all over everything.
Some food grade diatomaceous earth works really good. Be very careful. Just put it real
Just sprinkle it
on the
around.
ground. Don't sprinkle it way up here so it's drifting all over. You might drift onto a bee or something. So just real gentle down at the base of the plants where the ants crawl. That's one way you can do it.
Yeah, that would be a really good way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job. You're listening.
I'm a jack of
all trades.
All right. What's the best soil to fill raised beds? Free or compost or, I mean, whatever you can get your hands on.
And you know what? For a lot of you guys that are starting out, getting, raising worms, getting a worm bin and getting worm castings. Yeah. I will say that is probably one of my favorite ways. I love worm castings in my raised beds. Worm castings are just amazing. A lot of times in the middle of the summer or whatever, if I want to kind of give it a little perk me up, I'll sprinkle, some of the worm castings on top of the raised beds and just kind of hoe it in a little bit. It's amazing. And you water it. I mean, it's sort of like you just gave them this big boost of energy and then they go crazy. But I love worm castings and it's really good for your soil.
Stacy, Tina wants to know if you can start seeds without grow lights.
You know what, Tina? Our whole time. Because before I had the greenhouse, and actually we don't have a heater or anything because we don't have electricity outside.
Decade up here growing food with no heating pad.
Yeah, I was really good and I got very good at direct sowing, like almost everything. So yes, you can do it. Direct
sowing, right? So that's what you got to look out for. So yeah, we can't start too early because we can't keep the temperatures consistent. And we have both high-fived and both agreed that neither one of us are willing to wake up in the middle of the night to stoke a fire in the greenhouse. So this is just where we're at. So we grow our food. We grow plenty of food for us every year. We live 90% plus every year off of our own food. Actually, if you guys want to see a root cellar update, leave it in the comments. And if you guys show some interest in that, I'll show you guys how the root cellar's faring. I got a little temperature gun. I wanted to show you guys what the temperature is down there. We can show you how much food's left over after winter, negative 25 degrees for almost 3 weeks.
Well, and you know what? It was really crazy. I guess it's probably all the years we've been down here, we could make it through winter and I could still have greens in our cold frame that I have.
Right out front, we have a cold frame.
And when we had that blast, everything died. Yeah. So this was the first time that I wasn't able to go the full year with having some type of little greens left.
Yeah. Climate change, hot and humid in summer. It's been hot and humid in summer.
Here
First off, since I'm 53 years old, it's been hot and humid in summer here. But it's definitely been hot and humid in summer here for the 10 years we've lived off-grid with no electricity and no public utilities. Hit that thumbs up, people, please.
Debbie wants to know
please.
How do I order a cookbook?
Off-grid with Doug and Stacy.com. What zone are we there?
We're 6B.
Yeah, 6AB-ish. We're like on the line. So if it's on a sunny day, we might claim a different zone. Yes, show us the root cellar, Stacy.
Okay.
All right. Do you recommend cover crops, Stacy?
I mean, we don't do it. I mean, if I had a bigger area, yes, I would highly recommend it. Like if you're going to do oats or something like that, it's great to blend it in.
And it's good in your beds as well. I mean, if you want to take the time to do it. Stacy does chop and drop. So everything we don't use for the year gets chopped and then it just decays over winter and it's worked good.
Yeah, and it worked. I was just out there today actually. And a lot of my things like some greens and things, they just kind of like disintegrate in there and they're putting all their little vitamins and things. And you just go and kind of pull it back. And my soil looked amazing today. Even found a little worm way down in there. So aww. Yeah, it's doing good.
Was he cold?
Yeah, he went in quickly.
Cold out there. New Jersey homestead homie. She got her cookbooks. Yeah, and if maybe by chance you got 2 cookbooks and maybe you ordered a cookbook and a tea, Oh my goodness. Just send back the cookbook and then put a note in it and we'll send you the a tea. I'm trying so hard, y'all.
We're getting it. We're figuring
it's
it out.
a lot more than you. I'll say, and I'm not patting myself on the back, but considering the amount of you versus me, I think I'm holding my own. You think I'm holding my own pretty good?
You're doing okay.
I'm doing pretty good. Shoo, doggy. All right. Let's see. Is it too late to plant onion sets? I hope not.
Well, it depends where you are, because like for here, that's the first thing I'm going to plant.
Yeah.
I have my onion sets waiting in the back room here, and depending, like the weather that we're having now, if it stays like this, because generally I'll wait, I'll plant my onions, my potatoes in March, anywhere from maybe like this first week in March toward the end of March. I like to get them in. So we'll see how it goes. I'm just kind of looking at the temperature because I could soon.
The stuff we get from Bluebird is the raised bed compost. That's the bee's knees. We've been using that stuff for years now because they're local to us. Turns out now that they're able to sell on Amazon. So I believe if you go on Amazon, if you want to get the Bluebird compost delivered right to your door, and they're also sponsors of the Homesteading Life Conference that happens every year, the first Sunday and Monday in August in Hannibal, Missouri.
August 1st and 2nd this year.
Yeah, it's a conference that Stacy and I host every year. We were the only live and in-person conference in 2020.
All right, so Melissa says, Armenian cucumbers are great and so mild. Yes, they are. And they're not really a cucumber. So they're in the melon family. So a lot of people that maybe can't tolerate them can definitely tolerate an Armenian cucumber. And they are wonderful. You can make pickles with them, and just they're wonderful. And the skin's good on them. You can eat the skin.
Any suggestions to keep deer out of the garden? I mean, there's so much. People tell you can pee around it. They don't like the smell of human pee. So if you guys start peeing in a bucket, just start spraying it around the perimeter. People say to do that. People say to get good with a bow and arrow.
You can do, like, if some of you guys watched last year, I had that plastic
the
mesh
netting
stuff. It's plastic black.
Could work a little bit.
And then you can put like stakes in there and let it hang. And then when you go, it's very light because it's plasticky. You just kind of lift it up to go in and get your things. But it's so, like, the deer aren't going to want to mess with it because it's just kind of weird. And just like I could put it over our beds, and like the cats won't go in there and use it as litter box because of the little holes.
And a lot of marigolds, like companion planting like that you could use. They don't really like those. And a lot of animals, especially deer, are triggered by smells. So if you guys can figure out the smells they don't like, stuff that irritates them and bothers them, and puts that around, that's a good natural deterrent. And if you're new, maybe you just were flipping through and you thought, oh, I need some garden secrets. Welcome to our channel. My name's Doug. This is my wife, Stacy. We live in this log cabin that we built ourselves. We basically checked out of the rat race a decade ago, decided to live like the pioneers did, but we're in the 21st century. And we share all of our adventures here on YouTube, where we grow most of our own food. We live 100% off rainwater. And we have a conference that we go to and speak and try to teach you guys how to do this stuff. And we're going to have a learning center here. And we speak at other conferences around. And, we're just like open source folks. We want to share this information with you guys. And so welcome to our channel. And if you think that stuff sounds interesting, growing food and living off the land and building stuff for yourself and being more self-reliant, a little more independent, there you go. You found the right place.
Yes. Yep. Okay. How about what? So, do you know anything about companion planting? That's all I do. That's why raised beds are so good, because you could get so much in a small area just by companion planting. So if you put, you could put some flowers. If you put maybe some zinnias or marigolds, and then you can put, or nasturtiums. They're wonderful because you can eat them. You can eat the leaves and the flowers. They're beautiful. They look great in your salads or putting them on your plate, and people will be like, oh, look at you, you're like such the chef. And they're full of vitamins. So nasturtiums, it's a great companion plant to deter pests. You can put that with you know, a lot of other things if you want to put it with your tomatoes or if you want to put it with your peppers. And that way you'll just have a whole bunch of little things working together. And another thing I always talk about, and I did this and it worked so well. I love it. I do it every year. I love to plant my cucumbers. I love to plant my radishes and my carrots together. So I'll alternate carrot.
Do radishes love carrots?
They do. So what happens is as the radish grows, because the radish is a seed that grows very quickly, you can get it up to, you know, harvest time to like 21, 22 days. It doesn't take very long to get a little radish. So it's going to grow and it's going to start kind of, aerating the earth for your carrot, because the carrot's going to take a little time and they're a little persnickety to get them started. So what happens is here comes the radish and then it starts to grow and you're getting the leaves and it's kind of aerating the dirt. And then eventually here comes the little carrot and it's going to come up and it'll kind of be protected by the radish and they work great together. So I do that every year and I really like that.
So a lot of the things that you guys, I think, you know, you just get passed down information and sometimes it's not so hot, right? So if you have a raised bed or if you're planting in a row or something, you know, you don't have to plant one raised bed with just tomatoes in it or just this in it or just that in it. You know, you can mix and mingle. All these things can live together, and in many cases they are actually beneficial with the way they repel bugs. You know, one plant like a nurserum.
Well, and even like, here's another one that I like to do. I like to do herbs with a lot of things. So sage is a really good herb. It's a perennial. It keeps coming back. So I'll stick it in the corner. Like it's really good to deter potato bugs. So if you're growing potatoes, I put like some little pieces of sage on the corner. And that always kind of helps too. And I just try to stick, you know, herbs all over because they do have that smell that'll help deter, you know, a lot of pests.
That's what I mean. So that all works together. So don't be afraid. And there's actually a really good companion book called
Carrots Love Tomatoes.
That's right. So you guys can check that out. Just, you know, whatever, find it, Google Pans it, whatever you want to do. And sometimes you're on your own when we give you these hot tips. You just got to go out there and find it. So it's a good book to have. I have a problem with sugar. Yeah. All of America has a problem with sugar.
But you know what? If you slowly start taking it away, and then maybe to, you know, help your sweet tooth, eating some dried fruit like a medjool date or apricots or something like that, when you want that kind of sugar fix, start doing that. And then as you go on little by little, you know, you'll gradually, it'll kind of go away, and then start implementing better choices for dessert. Like in my cookbook, it is so good. It's the medjool, it's stuffed dates. So you can put peanut butter in them, or you can put almond butter inside of the date because it's a big date. And then you dip them in chocolate. Oh my gosh, it's like heaven. It's so good. And some people are like, ew, I don't like dates. I can't tell you the amount of people that say this. I can't tell you the amount of people who tell me that. And then I go to give them the dessert because they're like, oh, this looks good. And they eat it and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So medjool dates are amazing. They're so good. And that's a really good recipe.
All right, so now we're going to get on to one of our favorite tools, one of our favorite secrets, one of our favorite things that we use to have the kick butt garden every single year. And so far it's worked out really, really well, right?
It does.
It does.
It does. Because sometimes it's like, go ahead.
You go ahead, say it.
No, you have to say that first.
Say it.
It's a lot of times you'll plant things, for me personally.
Right.
I'll plant things and then you'll see it. And, you know, now I kind of know, you know, when it's ready or not. But before I was like, well, when is it ready to harvest? Because I really didn't know. I just thought, well, you know,
That's probably one of our most asked questions. When do you harvest the sweet potatoes? When do you harvest the this? When do you harvest the that? Okay, so one of our favorite things that we like to get is the Clyde's Garden Planner. See that right there? Now, this is an old school, easy to use garden planner, and I'll have a link up for it right here. And then when you guys check out, you have to put in off grid when you check out, and then he's going to send you a special download. But this thing's like $3 or $4. This would be the best $3 or $4 you ever spend on gardening. Okay.
So all you need to know is your last frost date.
Yeah. What's ours?
Our frost date, I always think it's around income tax day. It's like April 15th or so.
Yeah, that's when I freeze.
So yeah, so what you do is you put that in there, you make the line.
Yeah, there's a line right there. See that? You can kind of see the red line. I'm not going to really walk you through it. And then you put it on that date, and then it tells you all the things. Like right here, it has onion sets, peas, spinach, cabbage, cauliflower, radishes, turnips, beets, potatoes. It tells you when you can start them, sow the seeds and get ready, how to harden them off, when to put them outside, when to direct sow them.
And then when to harvest them.
Yeah, and all this days here.
And I love it because it kind of gives you that time. So a lot of it's like you're clueless. It's just you're going on waiting for you to get your harvest. It's like, what am I supposed to do? And then you can go ahead and look on there and it'll tell you. So I really like it because it's easy to get your plants going. But it's like, well, when do I harvest them? And then the other thing I like about it, when you flip it over, it'll help you with the fall garden.
Yeah, it's a flip
It'll let you know
2 for 1.
So you need to know your last frost date of the year, like
right.
ours is in October. So you kind of look at that, and then you can get your fall garden too. So, and that's one thing around here. The Amish don't ever do a fall garden. I'm like, why don't you guys do a fall garden? Because
they don't have a Clyde's garden planner.
Because a fall garden, honestly, I almost like my fall garden better than I like my first garden. You know what I mean? In spring. Because, you really can get a lot of these cooler weather, like your broccolis and your cabbages and a lot of your greens, and they taste so much better in the fall time. So I try to make my season go as long as I can go.
And that means starting it early too. Now, come on, leave a comment down below. How many people have actually got the spring fever and started their stuff too early, and then it got all spriggly, or you put it out too early and the frost killed it all? Come on now, leave a comment. That's happened. So with the Clyde's Garden Planner, and the links in the comment sections there below, and if you're watching this video after the fact, we'll leave it in the first comment under the video. This is a really nice family business here. This fellow Clyde and his wife are just lovely to be around and to be with. We've known them for years. We've used their calendar for years, and it's just a great way to support family business. And he came up with this chart. He was a guy who worked in systems and analyses and stuff, and he was kind of thinking about gardening. He was thinking about the system of gardening, and he compiled all this information for you guys, and I think he sold millions of these things that are just handy dandy. And it's called the Clyde's Garden Planner, right? And there's a link down in the comment section down below. And when you guys get one and you check out, they're like $4 or $5. Like, it's no big deal. Best couple bucks you'll ever spend. When you check out, put off grid in the checkout in the code there, and you're going to get a special download from Clyde. Just to say thanks.
Yeah, and I've had this. It looks great. I've had this one for years and years, and I love it.
So. And it doesn't matter where you are. Like, no matter where you are, you can use in the northern hemisphere. You can use the Clyde's Garden Planner. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, you just turn it upside down. No, you can't turn it upside down. Actually, if you turn it upside down, that's the fall side.
All right, Rose wants to know, where do you get worm castings from? You get them anywhere, any box store, little hardware store. I know Costco even has, in the springtime, they have huge bags and they're very cheap. So.
And one of the best places to get worm castings is by starting your own worm farm.
Yeah.
Right in your yard. It's so easy to do. You can do it with a small bin if you want to just have a small area to dedicate to it. Stacy and I, after I get my mom settled in, that's one thing on our list. We're going to have a big worm castings area. So.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that from the beginning, and that's on my list to do. Okay, Jennifer wants to know why her dog is digging in your raised beds. Because you have mice in there is why your dog is in there. Molly jumps in those beds. When we were getting her, this is so funny, and I let her do it, but then we were digging our sweet potatoes up last season. And so I was out with the grandkids. Molly was getting in there, and she's like going, digging like she's digging to China. And our raised beds are high, and she's digging all the way down to the bottom. And all of a sudden, my granddaughter, Luna, she's standing there. She's in there watching her, and she gets right behind her. And all of a sudden, I hear her screaming and crying because Molly's going like this. And then all the dirt is flying in her mouth. And she comes over to me, and there's like dirt in her eyebrows and her mouth. It's so funny. I shouldn't laugh. But yeah, they're trying to get mice.
You should laugh. It's funny.
So Molly has caught, I don't know how many mice in the corner of the raised beds. And the other thing they do, Molly likes to go up there and she eats the greens. She's a good eater. She's on a raw food diet and she gets a lot of vegetables. So I see her going up there. She won't eat like anything like a pepper or anything, but she goes and she likes the greens. She eats kale and arugula. She cracks me up. But you got to be careful. You don't want them to train them to go in there. So I have to be careful. When the stuff starts growing, I'll tell her no and make sure. But usually it's mice.
Yvonne, if you can send us back the book, and then as soon as I get it, I'll send you out the tea. This is what I'm talking about, guys. So the computer program was totally failing me. Some people ordered a book and maybe got tea, vice versa. Some people ordered a book and tea, got 2 books. So just bear with me. If you don't get your order right, if you could send it back to us, that would really be appreciated. And then we'll straighten it out and send it back to you. And then we'll get it figured out. I switched the computer program now, and everything's running pretty smooth. So I'm fully confident everything's fine. So we're almost caught up. So if you guys haven't got what you ordered, just let us know, because a lot of it has to do with you when you input your address. Square does not have an address checker, and a lot of y'all are putting in your old addresses and missing numbers and confusing numbers and all this stuff. And I have to go through each one. Leave a comment down below if I called you to verify your number there. And does Clyde's chart go for the growing area you are in? Yes, it goes for anywhere in the northern hemisphere. All you need to know is your last frost date or your first frost date. Those are the only 2 references. Other than that, it can work anywhere.
Yep, it's pretty cool. Very simple. And then Ebony wants to know, do you cook nasturtiums? No, don't cook them. Eat them raw.
Yeah.
Yep. And they do have a little bit of a bite to them.
Yeah, but they're super good and great. And they're really good on salads and stuff. And I eat them all the time, and I'm a guy.
Well, that's because I hide them and put them in the salad.
I still eat them when we're walking around. When you're out in the garden, there's lots of opportunity to forage.
Yeah, he does. He does like it. He likes the sugar snap peas and tomatoes. He likes to do that a lot.
Okay, it won't let me order both the tea. Did you just try, or was that before? Because on the new system, I know it works because I've seen people do it. If you want to order a book and a tea at the same time. So just try to add it to your cart and then go back over. And then maybe, I'm not sure, I'm not, but there might be a lot of people trying right now. So give it a breather or whatever. Just keep trying or something. They got that chocolate. Yeah, the chocolate tea is the bee's knees. And if you guys add that to your coffee, what is it, a spoonful or 2?
Yeah, a tablespoon or 2 in your coffee. It's really
We don't drink coffee, but a lot of people are doing that. They just add it into the coffee in the filter, and it adds that taste to it. You could kick Starbucks to the curb. Save yourself a lot of money. All right. Okay. It was last week. Thank you. I'll try again. All right. See, there you go. We got it all fixed now. I'm always trying. Doug loves eating vegetables.
You do.
I do. I have no problem.
Molly's a good vegetable eater, and so is my husband. They're very good. Except for you are in trouble. He's in trouble.
No, I'm not.
He's in trouble because
I was a good citizen.
No, today
I'm picking up trash on the side of the road.
Tonight for dinner, I tried to give him his fermented vegetables, and I gave him 3 little carrots.
Oh, I missed 2 of them.
Fermented carrot. 2 of this. That's not good at all.
I totally missed them. Well, you should have said, honey.
He left already, so Molly had to eat them.
Because I was so excited to come and talk to you guys. I was like, we're going to have a live show. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. If you get up and have tea with us and coffee. We got a nice new video coming up, day 24.96487. So we touched on the log cabin a little bit, but it's a nice, fun video, and we just had fun putting it together for you. Do you water in the morning? No, she doesn't.
No, I usually do it later on in the day.
Now, to be honest with you, it is recommended to water in the morning and low. Don't stand out, you guys, and just be hosing your garden like this, because a lot of plants, that water landing on top of them.
Especially tomatoes, don't like it. They'll cause blight.
Or splashing the dirt up on them, they don't like it. So you have to water low and slow.
Low and slow.
Whoa, I knew right when that was coming out, I knew that was hot. Low and slow. So you want to get that hose down in the bottom and let it come out real trickly and not disrupt the dirt too much. And don't spray. And anyways, if you water in the morning, right, that gives the day time to evaporate that water, what the plant doesn't use. And so you'll have a lot less sickness as far as mold and fungus and stuff like that. But she waters at night.
Well, not late, not night. It's still, the sun's still up when I don't do it.
It's okay. Yeah. It's just a different program, but she does not overwater. That's what you have to
see
be careful
here,
of.
I'm very good rationing with my water because before we didn't even have hardly any water. So I've gotten kind of good at it. Oh, and then someone was talking about hollyhocks, which is so funny. We moved the doghouse that was over by my garden now. So I have this huge area of this beautiful dirt. So I love hollyhocks. And if you guys are growing them, they are so beautiful. They're wonderful. They're just like a homestead flower. They're just gorgeous. So I want to make a whole hollyhock area. So, and they'll come back every year. They'll just keep reseeding and they'll come back every year. And then they are edible. Yes.
And yes, you're going to see a lot more Stacy's cooking videos. But we got to build Mom's log cabin. That is on the top burner, is getting her out of the city. So all hands are on deck for that. The grandkids are doing awesome.
They're growing.
Man,
especially
already rolling
twins.
over.
Yeah. Twins. They are. They're going to be crawling around fast soon.
Debbie said she just ordered tea and a cookbook and paid for them and ordered them all together and had a great experience at our online checkout
on our new one
at offgridwithdougandstacy.com. And again, if you did order that stuff previous, make sure you check your mail address, because a lot of y'all entered the bad addresses, and I'm going one by one through those, and I'm trying to correct them for you. So, all right, now let's move on. What's another, like we have two good things that we use for our secrets for having a really successful garden, and we grow, folks, over 90% of our own food right here on the homestead, okay? One of our big secrets is using the Clyde's garden planner. So get yours. It's the best $4 or $5 you'll ever spend. I think you can get like 3 for $7 or $8. I mean, he has a deal if you get a bunch of them, and then you can give them out to your friends and help them become better food gardeners.
Because a lot more people are gardening now.
This year,
so many people
are gardening.
Yep.
So, and we're going to be here for you guys all the spring and summer, growing food with you, and Stacy's going to be taking you through the garden a lot, even though we're going to be doing stuff out there with Mom's.
And you know what? So many people are like, they look, there's so many people that are growing on YouTube and have YouTube channels, and they have these beautiful gardens, and you're like, oh my gosh, they look so nice. I can't do that. You know what? I mean, I still think I don't know what I'm doing. And a lot of times I really don't know what I'm doing. You just kind of experiment. You plant a seed and it's going to grow. And, if you just do something, even putting it in a pot or have a little area or maybe have one little bed, you're going to get something. Some years things do better than other years, You're
so inspiring, honey.
Well, it's the truth, because
truth.
I mean, anybody can do it. If you have a pot or anything, like here, let me show you, one of the things that I haven't grown in a while is watercress. Watercress is like a powerhouse of vitamins. It's sort of like a succulent type plant. It has like over 50 vitamins and minerals in it. I mean, it is packed. It's really, really good. And this goes really good in a pot. So you could grow it if you just put it outside in your back porch or somewhere, or in your front porch, or if you're in an apartment, let it grow. And then you can start pinching stuff off and putting in a salad, and you're going to get like a little vitamin pill in this watercress. And it's so helpful for you. And it does have a little bit of a bite to it, but just remember, things that kind of have that kind of spicy, peppery taste, is very good for your digestion. So just by adding this, and when you mix it in with a salad or put it with a sandwich, the different flavors kind of melt together, and then it won't be spicy like a pepper spicy. It's just kind of like, I don't know, like not horseradishy. It's just got a little bit of a bite to it. But this is really good for you, and it grows really easy.
That Vine Bee says, I'm late to the party. The cookbook is wonderful, and I already made 3 of the vinaigrettes, grilled eggplant, and the white chili. So make sure you send us an email and just leave us a nice comment about the cookbook. And then that way we're going to take those comments and add them to our website so we can talk about what people are saying about the cookbook. So we really appreciate that, you guys. And pictures, too, of the food that you guys are preparing. That'd be awesome, too. I love that. That was funny. All right. And one of the things you guys have to remember, I know you're throwing suggestions out there, hydroponics and this and that. We live off-grid, no public utilities for the last 10 years. We just now hooked up solar power. I mean, like last month. So we don't have heat for hydroponics, water to stay flowing. We don't have pumps. We don't have all that stuff, we try to stay away from all that extra stuff. So no, we haven't really grown in anything like that. We just grow good old dirt And instead of dirt in the ground, you know, we decided to go with the raised beds. They just work better for us. There's a lot of advantages to them. And as my friend Noah said, he's Amish. He says you start off in the ground. The older you get, you move to raised beds. The older you get, the higher the raised beds get.
Well, I think no matter what, honestly, raised beds, and it is so funny. I told you guys before when one of the live shows, a lot of the Amish now are doing them because they see mine and how nice they're doing, and this way, even a lot of them are going to do the fall garden with the raised beds.
Yeah, and Joni, no, we don't make the chocolate tea. We can't make chocolate tea. There's only one place in all of the United States that can make chocolate, that can grow the beans, and that's in Hawaii. And we have sourced it. It's a free trade, open sourcey type of dealio that we got. And so we went through all the hassle so we could get it for you guys.
Because we love it.
It comes from, I don't know, a couple of different places that grow this stuff, and Hawaii being one of them. And then we bag it up for you guys and, you know, send it out. So that's all it is. It's just something that we fell upon, enjoyed so much, and we talked to them. They really don't do it. And then we were able to work out something where they said, you know what, we like you guys. And so that's what happened. And now we're being able to offer it to you guys. It's just kind of crazy like that. But we love it. It's awesome.
And it's good for you. You know, and the chocolate it's very good. It's got so many antioxidants in it, and it's wonderful. And then a lot of people were asking about the chocolate. What are you looking at? No. Oh, with the chocolate, it's not caffeinated, but it has something in it that kind of affects you the same way as caffeine would, where it would help your mood. It's going to make you feel good, sort of like you're getting a nice hug, and just kind of give you a little energy, but it does not affect you. It doesn't like go into the bloodstream as quickly like caffeine. So it's not really caffeine, but it's similar to that. What are you doing?
So the second thing that we have for our secrets of a good garden, okay, is a great place to get the seeds. And that's where we get our seeds, is the whole seed catalog. And there's another couple of places, we'll talk about them in a second, that we get our seeds. But Stacy could talk about why she really enjoys getting seeds at rareseeds.com.
Well, they just have such an assortment. I mean, I just really love the assortment, and I like the stories where you learn about them, because heirloom seeds do have a story. They've been passed down generation after generation, and it's really cool to see. And I know a lot of you guys, people are from Scotland, people are from Italy, people are, originally from a lot of places, right? And if you go and you read a lot of the stories, there's a lot of these things that are from maybe where your families are from, your generations ago, where they're from. So it's kind of cool that you can go and say, oh my gosh, I'm growing this, maybe my ancestors used to grow it. So like I'm Armenian. I always have grown the Armenian cucumber because, it feels like it's part of my home. I like to grow it. And then I've also found this year, there was a lettuce that was kind of part from where my grandmother was from. And it was new this year. And so I'm going to try that. So, and then even a lot of these different varieties I talk about it a lot, the zucchinis, rampicanti, my fall garden, and it does phenomenally. I love it. And actually from last year, guys, in my root cellar, I still have quite a few of those zucchini rampicantis left, and they look amazing. So I got to start eating them before my new ones start to grow.
Y'all, can we be serious for a second? I mean, really serious for a second. I don't know, like, real quick, don't have your head in the sand, don't keep waiting to get your seeds. Okay. Someone was just saying, I'm trying to go get seeds for the last little bit. They, their stuff's crashing, y'all. They're like 6 or 7 times higher in seed sales than the history of their company. Okay. Last year and this year are off the chain. You guys, don't get caught flat-footed. One thing, if you guys have been around our channel, that I keep trying to, express to y'all, don't wait to buy things when everyone else is buying them. Okay. While everyone was slumbering all winter long, you should have been out there picking through your seeds and ordered them all. So when you're coming up right now in January and February, you have everything ready to go. There's a lot of people right now that are waking up and they're just, I'm going to get my garden together. They're just sitting down, going through their books. they'll be lucky to get seeds, and they'll be lucky to even get them in time to even start seeds. So don't wait. Use 2020 and 2021 what you learned, right? And don't wait.
And get prepared.
Yeah, everything you guys have noticed about your systems that are weak, or things that you've done without, or little chinks in your armor, start working on those. Get that stuff tight. Get your seeds in order. You know how many people were running around trying to buy generators last month, right? A bazillion. You couldn't find a generator. Okay. All these little things like.
Well, here's the other one, mason jars.
Mason jars. You guys wait.
Come on.
Mason jars.
If you see them, all winter.
They're like buying bullets right now. You try to buy bullets, it's the same thing. So just don't slumber. Okay.
And be prepared. And so let's talk about this. So
rareseeds.com.
Okay.
Oh, your little book here, your little.
So organization, I'm not an organized person at all.
Well, you look pretty
now
organized.
I am. Well, Nanda,
Thanks, Nanda.
Yeah, she got me hooked. First of all, she's a very organized person, and so at first it was like she had this notebook, and she had stuck it in with
like baseball
card things.
Yeah.
So
that works pretty good.
This is great. So like here's beets, here's some greens, greens. There's some flowers, and I just have here some melons. So and that way you just kind of organize it. And I like this. This is cool.
Yeah, okay. That wasn't too bad. Some of the seeds would slide out.
It's still okay.
It was fine.
Great.
It works okay. Moisture, it can get wet a little bit.
I like this because
no problem.
You can see it.
Yes.
If you're a visual person, you can see it.
Yes.
Now, if you have a lot of seeds, it's airtight. It's wonderful. You can get these at any kind of place,
Card place, Michael's,
Walmart, any of those kind of places. So
you know how to open it? That's tight security.
So basically, you just have here I have like arugula, spinach chard, melons, and you just stick them in here.
Those are such cute labels you put on there, honey.
And it works great.
Are they in alphabetical order?
No, I'm not that organized. So, stuff like that, and organize it, and then you keep this someplace cool. And then that way, here's your little seed thing. And when it's time to use them, you can go take them wherever you can use them. And just to be a little organized. So this is probably the most organized that I am. I never was. I just would have seeds everywhere. And then half the time the season would be over and I'd find my seeds somewhere. I'm like, oh, there they are. So now I have everything kind of organized. So for a lot of you guys, get organized now. Start getting your seeds now, getting your mason jars now. And then throughout the season, when you can see it or go places, just keep it in your head just to start collecting, because these seeds are going to last you, a few years. Get some extra, because who knows if you're going to be able to get seeds next year. So this really helps me to be somewhat organized, and I really, really like this.
Yeah, that works really good. And we had a lot of problems at first just keeping seeds, because for the, you guys have been with our channel for a little while. We've been here for a decade, and we've just recently, like last year, put in the root cellar. So for 9 years now, we've had a big struggle with keeping seeds because our environment is all over the place. Yeah.
Moist and humid, freezing cold.
So now with the root cellar, it's like, man, what a dreamy place that is. So that is our total food storage area. We have food down there from last year. We're still eating fresh veggies from the garden from last year in our root cellar.
I have one butternut squash left.
Yes.
I'm waiting for it. One butternut squash left. I have a lot of the zucchini left.
We're going to do a root cellar tour for you guys. We're going to show you, it's about 50, 60 degrees. We'll show you what the temperature is
inside. It was
inside.
like in the 40s down there.
No, I said outside.
Oh, outright.
And we'll tell you guys the temperature inside. Yeah, we've been maintaining about 40 degrees, which is about refrigerator temperature. So that's pretty darn good.
Yep, I'm happy with it. It's my favorite happy place. Okay. Where are we? Questions.
No, I don't label my tools. I barely put them back.
Yeah, he's getting better, but he's not good at that. All right. How are the bees?
Stay tuned. -25 for almost 3 weeks. We had 3 hives, and we put everybody to bed this winter with pillows. So I'm going to give you guys an update coming up.
Someone wanted
And one of the beehives even got knocked over in the wintertime.
by the sheep.
Oh, Elsa. I was like, how did that get knocked over? We have really bad winds. And I meant to put the T-post on there and I didn't. And then it got knocked over. Me and Stacy picked it up. Was it twice? It might have been twice, but for sure once. And then I put the T-post on there. And then I was looking out there yesterday, and I was like, that was Elsa was going underneath the beehive and using it as a back scratch, right?
Well, now.
Because she did that when she was younger, and now she's big enough, and now she's like moving that thing around. I'm like, get away from there, Elsa. They won't do it when the bees are totally active. So when it's wintertime, it's all quiet, and they're like, ooh. All right, here we go. Can we get some Doug cooking videos? I made some breakfast eggs on a video. You can go check that out.
Yeah, you did it.
Remember that one? That was a good one. The nice, perfect round sandwich.
Yeah, he did them in the rings on the mason jars. He put the eggs in there. So then they'd be perfectly on your little.
Maybe I'll grab Stacy's cookbook and I'll whip out a recipe for you.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I think we all need to see that.
How many people? We only have 776 people. Oh man, I feel bad about it. Only 525 likes. If we get 776 likes, thumbs up. Let's see. I'm going to say goodbye here in a minute. We have 4 minutes. If we can get those thumbs up, I'll do a cooking video with one of Stacy's recipes.
Come on. Please, I want to see it.
So there you go.
I never see him cook. So
776 thumbs ups. Before we say goodbye, and you have 3 minutes and some change.
You need more than 3 minutes.
No, that's it. 3 minutes. Yeah, it can work. You know how there's 700 people in here. If they just go click, 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 like thumbs up, everyone does it, no problem. So you guys got 2 minutes, and then I'll pull a thing out of there. But the main reason for the video was get your seeds, right? Don't wait. We love rareseeds.com, and you can also hit our friends up, migardener.com. He has great seed selections as well. And then, of course, you have your favorite people and places. And Clyde's Garden Planner, okay? People do not plan to fail. They fail to plan. Get a Clyde's Garden Planner. It's like a couple of dollars. When you check out, type in off-grid, and he's going to send you a special download.
And come on, guys. I need thumbs up. I want him to make something in the cookbook.
You have 2 minutes.
Come on, you guys. You can do it.
Come on, you can do it. Come on, guys. Oh, God. Oh. All right. What do you got here? Anything else?
Can I choose the recipe Doug makes?
No, it's already too complicated. Just getting to the thumbs up.
No, I get to pick it. I'm picking it. So I'm picking it.
Stacy's gonna pick it.
I'll pick it. What's the name of your new glue gun?
Oh, tomorrow. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. I'll answer all your questions. Tomorrow morning we'll be on 6 a.m. A little bit of a farm dealio. Plus we got a little bit of an update on the log cabin, and we had a lot of fun. And
Barbara wants to know who Elsa is. She is one of our sheep. We
bottle fed her last year. Her mom actually had passed. She got mastitis and all that stuff. So she passed. We bottle fed her. Now this year we're bottle feeding Storm and Norman, and that's because his mom had triplets, and these type of sheep, the Katahdins, they don't have the milk. All sheep really. Sometimes you can squeak through with one, but it's highly unlikely.
It's too much for the mom.
They can't do triplets. Yeah. Now a Nubian goat or something. The Nubian goat is they can do it. They have a lot of production. So
all right, Deb wants to know, what is your favorite tomato? He likes the black cherry tomatoes.
Oh, love them.
And I like the brandy wines. I like a lot of the different.
And I like the Amish paste. We like that for sauces and.
Listen to you.
I know my.
He's getting kind of sassy. Yeah. But and I always like the Cherokee purple. It's always good. And I like the little yellow cherry tomatoes too. I think those are yummy. And then I also like the tiger striped ones that are yellow and orange and red kind of mixed. Those are kind of fun too. Let's see. What else do you have?
They did it.
What they did. Oh, I love you guys so much. I love it. This will be so exciting. So I'll video him doing a cooking video.
Oh my
So this should be interesting. Oh, I can't wait. Thank you.
Get ready now. You know, I'm crazy. I might even do like Julia Childs. I might get into a dress and do this whole little, welcome to our kitchen today. I'm Julia Childs. And today I will be cooking from the wonderful Stacy's cookbook. Oh my goodness. All right, that's it, y'all. We threw at you a couple of our favorite little tools for the garden. We chatted with you guys for an hour. I'm still going to go try to get some cookbooks and tea bagged up for you guys. So if you ordered them tonight or whatever, they're coming. Here they come.
Or if you didn't get one, just
email us with the correct address, no abbreviations, no funky anything, everything's spelled out, no. And if even questionable about your address being funky, send it to your mom's house and send me that address and I'll change it. So it's something really easy and we can get everybody wrapped up. We're almost done with the whole first batch, thousands of these books. And I basically did it all by myself with a little help from my lovely assistant here. But it has been quite an ordeal. So I have a new program now, should help everything go a lot smoother. And thanks for bearing with us. You know, we're going to get it all out there to you guys.
And I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I can't wait to watch him cook.
No, it's 783 thumbs up. That's all. You didn't make it.
Yes, we did.
How many were you supposed to have?
It was like 785 or something.
See, you didn't make it. It's only 783. You heard it, folks.
No,
thanks for stopping by.
No.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
No, you're terrible. You're still going to do